Hey folks, welcome back to the Horde. Just a quick video. Show you guys something I do. So it's about 3:30, 1 degree Celsius, 34 Fahrenheit, and there's my battery condition. Oops, wrong one. And yeah, same thing, about 34. So, still Thursday. One of the things I like to do, being a crazy hoarder, to some extent I do like to keep track of things. And I like, not that I'm a prepper, but I do like to set myself up so that I could succeed easily in the winter. From a heating point of view. So let me just show you something I do. Excuse the darkness in here. By the way, my can of carburetor dip still hasn't shown up. I know I'm going to find it the minute I'm going to come home with a can from Walmart, spend another $25, and the carburetor dip is going to be like right here. Right, I'm going to walk in, it's going to magically materialize right in front of my face. Anyway, my furnace is nothing great. It is just, I don't know, what is this boat anchor? Peerless, standard. It's got a Wayne head on it. The transformers are Beckett, but trust me, the head is a Wayne. I don't want to hear this for the moment, so let's, oops. Let's shut this down. There we are. I still have it hooked up so I can run it on the generator. I'm going to move those wires. Anyway, one thing that I started doing, which has been handy, is I have this clock, right, this hours runtime meter hooked to the 110 volts that goes to run the motor and the burner head there. Now, right now you can see, it says 7, I think you guys can see it, 728.1 or something like that. Okay, so what I do is, when I put a new head into this thing, when I cleaned it this fall, I put a 1 gallon per hour head into it, and I have 2 oil tanks over here. Right, one under all that crap, and number 2 over here. So I know that I have 550 gallons of oil at my disposal, right? I fill both tanks right at the beginning of the winter, or in the spring, whenever I think oil is the cheapest. You guys remember when I filled it, I think I paid $3.29 a gallon, call it $3.30. I'm not sure what oil is right now. It's probably less. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Anyway, because I got the runtime clock on this thing, right, I'm able to tell what the hour was when I filled it, and I know that I'm burning 1 gallon per hour, and currently, right, I got 728.1, so I subtracted those two, and I came up that I burned 72.6 gallons. I know that I've been running it for 24 days, so I've been burning about 3 gallons a day. So what that is basically telling me, for the last 24 days, I've averaged spending almost $10 a day on oil, and I'm also burning pellets at the same time. A bag of pellets costs me typically, I don't know, $4.25, $4.50. So it's costing me between 14 and 15 days given the weather we've been having, to heat this, 14 and 15 bucks a day to heat this place, given the weather that we've been having. That's not a small number, considering our winters. You know, probably I'll be running on this burn rate for at least 100 days, right? I mean, there'll be some days less, but if you call it on the average 100 days, that means I'm going to do, you know, probably over $1,500 this winter to heat this house. So anyway, once again, the clock, I just hooked it to the power wires that power this thing. When the thing comes on, when it cycles on, this thing runs when the burner runs. It's 120 volts. If all you have is a 12 volt one, you can kind of hook up a transformer, right, and then, you know, run that to this thing. So you can run it that way. Personally, I say spend the 15-20 bucks, buy yourself a 120 volt one, run it out there, and keep an eye on it. For me, it's kind of important to have this for a couple of reasons. My tanks are isolated from each other, right? I have a valve on the bottom. I think you guys can see that, right? Down there. Right? I have a valve on each tank and a piece of pipe, that 1/2-inch copper. And when I want them to equalize, I have to open those valves. So I kind of need to know when I'm running out of oil in one tank. And if you don't know how many hours you've put on, it's kind of hard to guess. This tank, all this darkness, sorry about that, guys. This tank is hooked to the outside world. And if you're familiar with tanks, they have 3 holes on top, right? So hole number 1 is a fill, hole number 2 is a vent, hole number 3 is where the copper lines come and go that allow you to feed your furnace. So unless one's tapping on the side of the tank, there isn't the extra hole to put the oil dip thing. I might be able to come up with some kind of oil dip thing that also goes where the copper lines go, perhaps, but for me, it's just easier to have a clock on it. I know when that thing reads somewhere around 875, 900, we'll call it 900, 900, that I'm about out of oil and I need to open my valves up. And depending when that happens, I'll know if I'm going to have to get some more oil to grind my way through the winter. So this is just something I do. You might find it interesting, you might find it not, you might find it crazy, but I've found it to be helpful, right? I know it helps me keep track of what's going on with my furnace. Okay, folks, thank you for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and remember to enjoy all your days. And if you get bored, put a runtime clock on your furnace. What the heck? You got nothing else to do. Bye now.